say it louder. Oh, you're the question, you're the answer. Oh, bring the animal back to life. Oh, bring the energy one more time. Oh, if you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Oh, feel the moment, feel the power. Oh, bring the animal back to life. Oh, bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Say it louder, say it louder. Oh, feel the moment, feel the power. Oh, bring the animal back to life. Oh, bring the energy one more time. Oh, if you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Oh, feel the moment, feel the power. Oh, bring the animal back to life. Oh, bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Say it louder, say it louder. Oh, you're the question, you're the answer. Oh, bring the animal back to life. Oh, bring the energy one more time. Oh, if you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Oh, feel the moment, feel the power. Oh, bring the animal back to life. Oh, bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time.
A very good afternoon. Welcome to World Cup 2026 on the day that we conclude the round of 16. 4 teams vying for just 2 places left in the quarterfinals, and the winners of our 2 matches tonight will face each other in the last 8. But already 6 games down, and it has been a dramatic round of 16 so far. So far, all the designated away teams have won their respective games. And as well as that, all 3 co-hosts have been knocked out at this stage. Canada, Mexico and the USA all knocked out in their round of 16 fixture. Morocco beat Canada 3-0 in the opener. France edged out Paraguay by a goal to nil. It was a narrow 2-1 win in the end for Norway after Erling Haaland's brace had them 2 up. England scraped their way past Mexico with 10 men there in the Azteca to knock out the co-hosts. Spain with a beautiful goal for Mikel Merino, the European champions, surpassing Portugal and ending Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup dream for the final time. And Belgium putting the USA to the sword. We can tell you about that now. It was an early start from Charles de Ketelaere, who gave them the lead inside 9 minutes for Belgium. USA were level on 31, but that didn't last too long because Charles de Ketelaere again popped up 2 minutes after the USA leveller to make it 2-1 to Belgium. Van Aken made it 3-1 before a late Romelu Lukaku goal added an extra bit of verve onto the finish. A 4-1 result for Belgium, a commanding result after the controversy revolving around the USA and FIFA's decision to suspend the red card against Fuller and Balogun. And maybe, just maybe, some are calling it corruption, some are calling it controversy, some are calling it political interference. Whatever it may be, football has had the final word, and Belgium have progressed by 4-1. So, the way it looks at this stage, we have 3 of our 4 games for the knockout for the quarterfinals to contend, and 1 still to confirm, as I said, tonight. France-Morocco is our first game on Thursday, and it's Spain against Belgium in a great European battle, followed by Norway against England, and then we will see who out of the 4 teams that remain will face each other in the final quarter-final of this World Cup. You would still feel, though, there are 3 outstanding teams when it comes to chances of winning this tournament, and you would say that they all possess in different parts of the brackets, so we could be set up for some cracker finishes to this World Cup. But it is all focus on Argentina against Egypt next. That's a 5 o'clock kickoff, followed by Switzerland, Colombia to conclude the round of 16. We will see how the world champions do after what was a nervy defence of the game against newcomers Cape Verde in the round of 32. But they saw a way past the Cape Verdeans and the debutants and now face Egypt, a side who are creating history for their country off the back of their first ever knockout game win at a World Cup. So that's what's on the line for this one tonight. Let's have a quick look at the teams, starting with Argentina. Emi Martinez starts in goal. A few changes for Argentina for this one. Molina continues at right back along with Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez at centre back. Tagliafico, though, comes in at left back for Medina. So Tagliafico in at left back. Paredes is alongside McAllister in midfield with Enzo Fernandez pushed out to the left and Rodrigo de Paul on the right. And a front 2 of Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez. Options, of course, aplenty off the bench, no doubt, for Argentina. And for Egypt, some changes as well after their penalty shootout victory over Australia in the round of 32. Schober, who made some wonderful saves in that game, certainly, and in the shootout as well. He continues in goal. Hani, who scored the own goal for the Aussie leveller, he is at right back along with Ibrahim, Rabia and Hafez, an unchanged Egyptian defence. Atea is joined alongside by Lashin, who was suspended for that round of 32 game. He's in midfield with a unchanged forward line of Ashur and Hassan, Salah through the middle, and Zico up front. And of course, Omar Marmoush dropping to the bench. So, it is all on the line for this one. Can the world champions continue the defence of their title? We will see. Francois Letessier, our referee. VAR, Jérôme Brissard from France. And who knows, that could be the ultimate goal for one of these 2 teams when it comes to who they would face. France might be the mighty opponents, but we'll find out. The world champions take on Egypt here in Atlanta Kickoff is next. A very good evening. Thank you very much for joining us for this one. This Tuesday afternoon in a doubleheader to conclude the round of 16 here on LFS. It's great to have you joining us for this one in what is set to be a really fascinating matchup. An Argentina side who really had all the expectation of finding a way pretty easily past Cape Verde in their game in the round of 32, but it didn't quite pan out that way for the world champions. Cape Verde really gave them a bloody nose in that one, but they still progress, and Egypt had to scrape through on penalties against Australia in their round of 32 fixture. So both sides know that more and better performance is needed, but maybe the biggest and toughest test for Egypt in terms of their opposition for this one will be a real test to Hossam Hassan's side. But Lionel Scaloni certainly knew what nerves were in that game against Cape Verde. Surely personified nerves on the sidelines in that one. A very tight and dangerous affair when it came to Argentina and their defence of their title. Well, Mo Salah, can he lead this Egyptian team once more to another step in history direction for Egypt and Egyptian football? And what one hell of a result it would be if they can curtail the world champions here in Atlanta. The countdown is on, and it is a chance for one of these two to head to the quarterfinals. It will be the first ever for Egypt, and for, of course, Argentina, it is one step closer to the ultimate goal of defending their title. That's what's on the line. 3 games between them and a chance at renewing history and getting back to a World Cup final. Can they do it, Argentina? We haven't seen many teams. It's not easy to retain the World Cup. That's why not many have done it. This Argentinian side have got one of the best players in world football, in recent history of football, in their ranks. So you wouldn't doubt them pretty quickly. Well, Enzo Fernandez has gone down here right away after a little scuffle with Hani. A little bit of a knock of knees, really, between the two rather than anything else. Yeah, just clashed knees there, and certainly Enzo Fernandez, the Chelsea man, coming off the worst of the two against Mohamed Hani. There's a very famous centre forward, Sergio Aguero, in the stands. As Egypt just give the ball back here to Argentina after Enzo Fernandez has been treated and is back up and okay to continue. You gotta say, Egypt are up against it in this one, there's no question. And many will believe Argentina will have the minerals, will have the quality, will have the ability to overcome this Egyptian side, but what they have shown Egypt is they've got better qualities than probably they've shown in games to this point. That's a nice ball from Messi into the run of McAllister. Carried a little wide to Tagliafico, who comes in at left back for Argentina. All the way back here. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. Trying to get the ball moving with pace early doors here, Argentina. Get their rhythm and settle into the game. Of course, tomorrow it will be the first day of this tournament since it started without World Cup football. Our long streak will end tomorrow. We'll have a bit of a rest and then a recuperation ahead of the quarterfinals on Thursday. As that clip ball around the corner from Lionel Messi is well over hits and easily behind for an Egyptian goal kick. Here's Hafez, back to his keeper Shobar. You kind of feel will need to have one of his best games in an Egypt shirt tonight. Shobar to give Egypt a chance of going through. Ball back here to Shobair. We'll switch it out to the left. Hafez takes it down on his left. Under pressure here from Rodrigo de Paul. He carries inside Hafez. And lays it back to Ibrahim. Now out to Hani on the right hand side. Works it infield. Finding the run of Lashin. Nice Salah. First involvement of the game for Mo Salah, who quite coolly took his penalty against Australia. Such ease. I have to say the penalty takers for Egypt were really quite good. Cool, calm and composed penalties as Emma Mashur takes a knock there. He's up and okay. He's been key to Egypt's successes so far, Emma Mashur. Coming up with 2 crucial goals in that opening game draw with Belgium. And of course that goal against Australia in that round of 32. That's going to be a foul by Enzo Fernandez against Mo Salah. Free kick to Egypt. Well, I think the crucial part for Egypt, and I mean it goes without saying, it's obvious, but they've got to keep this game tight. They've got to ensure that Argentina don't flow to their greatest extent. We know what they're capable of, Argentina, when they're at their best. Goes without saying, but I think what Cape Verde did really well against them was that they didn't sit back. They didn't allow Argentina to dictate things. They held strong, held firm defensively. Of course, you have to be, but they weren't afraid to have a go. They weren't afraid to commit. Sure, trying the outside of the foot pass. It didn't quite work off, but they win it back quickly. Egypt. Here's Ashur. Heavy touch. Found its way to Hafez. Ashur again. Holding off the challenges and tries to break down the left against Molina. Wrestling well. Referee says no foul as the Argentinian defence just recycle here. With Paredes. Another player who comes into the side for this one. Leandro Paredes at Boca Juniors now. Formerly, you're probably most well known from PSG over the last number of years. Played the full 90 against Jordan, Leandro Paredes, and then came off the bench late in that Cape Verde game. Has been slightly more lent upon in the last 2 games than he was in the first 2 for Argentina. Leandro Paredes. We'll see how he fares in midfield this evening. Of course, it's still very early here in Atlanta, Georgia. Just surpassing midday local time. Here's Hassan breaking down the right-hand side, and he was hounded there and stopped in his tracks by Taliafico, but the referee said it was illegally done. And that's going to be a free kick. Well, this is a man, Hassim Hassan, who tried his ever hardest to give Egypt a winning goal moment late in the game against Australia. Even into extra time, he was their key creator, along with Mo Salah. He really showed up late in that game. Here is Salah early doors in this one, with a free kick on the far right-hand side, right at the touchline. Along with Emma Mashur. Will be Salah to take it, there's no kidding that one. Salah will take it short though. Little work of the ball with Atea. Salah back to Atea, lifting it deep round the back, and that's headed away. Ibrahim was the target, but they just about clear the lines. Argentina, Molina giving it away cheaply though, and ended up winning the throw as Zico couldn't control it. Danger there though from Egypt in the crossing situation. Eventually that came from Atea to the little 1-2 link up with Mo Salah. Paredes. Christian Romero. Darting it forward. Little flick by Messi. Stolen away from McAllister. Enzo Fernandez up against Mohamed Hani, and it's more the psychological than the physical there that beat Enzo Fernandez. Mohamed Hani wins Egypt a throw. Ibrahim breaks away from a challenge, launching it forward. No hold up there from Zico. As Argentina back on the ball in a split second. Fernandez, Paredes, Fernandez again. Really intense with their press there, Egypt. Good running from Lashin. Certainly has the energy to build up from missing the game in the round of 32. It's of successive yellow cards rather than from a red card. 2 yellow cards in the group stages saw Mohamed Lashin suspended for that round of 32 fixture against Australia. That's a lovely ball over the top here for Argentina, and Messi was stopped quite emphatically by Rabia there. He was not letting away from him. Nice idea. Really strong defending 1v1. Molina moves it back into midfield from the throw-in. McAllister lipping it round the corner. De Paul is seemingly onside here, cuts it across, and the flag is up against Rodrigo De Paul after the Enzo Fernandez effort is wide. You see this again, he's a good yard or 2, if not more than that, offside. Nice ball by McAllister, but not a great run at all, and then the finish from Enzo Fernandez, unconvincing to say the very least. Yeah, it just kind of bounced off Enzo Fernandez, and I'm sure he will be pretty pleased that it was offside nonetheless, because that would have been a dreadful moment for Enzo Fernandez. Completely missing the target there. Didn't matter anyway. Ibrahim. Short of 10 minutes gone. Argentina 0, Egypt 0. Rodrigo De Paul breaks apart that Ibrahim crossfield pass attempt. And Romero plays it back to his goalkeeper in Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez, who couldn't stop the 2 Cape Verdean goals. Certainly the second of which was an absolute screamer, to say the very least. A wonderful, wonderful goal from Lopez Cabral. Wonderful goal. Certainly one of the best of the tournament. As Ashur works it well here with Hafez, who's breaking into midfield, but kind of runs out of momentum. And I think actually he's going to pull it back for a foul here, the referee. Francois Letessier from France. Free kick to Egypt. Atia Lashin to the right hand. Hani back to Mohamed Lashin. Ibrahim out wide to Lashin. Hani working in with Hassan. Drifts infield. Hassim Hassan trying to switch it across, but again that's cut out by Rodrigo De Paul, just tucking in from that right hand side, stopping that crossfield pass. That's where the space is for Egypt, with Hafez on that wide flank, but just can't quite work the ball to the Egypt left back so far. Christopher says, good afternoon, great to be back with another game for this wonderful World Cup. It has been really wonderful to this point. Some really fascinating games, some incredible results, incredible games. And we're nowhere near finished. You kind of feel they're only going to get even better. Just put a poll in the chat about who you think wins this one. As we did yesterday, it was quite an overwhelming result for Portugal against Spain in terms of the poll. And the scoreline in the end didn't turn out that way. A narrow Spanish win. Let's see what the chat has for predictions today. Do put your votes in the chat, what you think's going to happen. Let us know. Good challenge there by Lashin. Zico with the hold up, Ashur evading pressure and is in the end taken down. That's going to be a foul on Imam Ashur, despite the Argentinian remonstrations. It is going to be a free kick to Egypt. We see it here. Imam Ashur initially gets the ball away and then is just caught late by Rodrigo De Paul. Maybe makes the most of it, let's just say, from Imam Ashur, but Can't say that he didn't make contact, Rodrigo de Paul, because he definitely did. It's Hassan drifting forward for Egypt. Hassan's cross, Zico the target. Just a little bit high for the Egyptian centre forward there. Starting to grow in confidence here, Egypt. Good strong spell of the game for the Pharaohs, as they're known. Lovely tick down there from Mohamed Hani. That's going to be a corner to Egypt. Come off Lisandro Martinez, who quite emphatically found the net. The back post against Cape Verde in the last game. Corner ticking short. Ball worked out to the right hand side. Ashur trying to work an angle to find a way into the area. Can't find it. Cuts it back. Clip ball into the area. It's headed in from Ibrahim. Egypt take the lead. I said they look dangerous from crosses. Well, that was a cross of perfection. And a deft little header into the far corner from the centre-back, Yasser Ibrahim. 15 on the clock. Argentina 0, Egypt 1. And the Pharaohs have risen early in this one. A little bit of shock for the world champions, who find themselves behind here in Atlanta. You have to say it's not great defending from Argentina. It's far too easy. I think they're calling for a foul as well in the box, but the delivery is perfect. Incredible delivery here. He's miles onside, there's no question of that. Whether there's a foul, no, can't really see anything else than that. And he uses his nose, Yasser Ibrahim. Whatever way it works, however it finds the net, he won't care and they won't care. I said Egypt were growing in confidence in this game and building a good spell of possession. Well, they've turned that early possession into a really big moment in the first quarter of an hour. And a fantastic moment for Egypt. And a bit of a shell shock moment for Argentina. That's kind of been the way the game's gone so far. They've been a little bit stunned here, Argentina. Really how good Egypt have been, and Emma Mashur wins it back here. Little flick by Zico, maybe a little bit too flamboyant there from the Egyptian centre forward. Got a little bit excited with the space that he had been afforded by the Argentinian defence. Throw down the line, Ashur takes it into his path, but just a little bit heavy for Zico to take into control. Well, a little bit of thinking for Lionel Scalini to do early in this one for his team. He started comfortably. They've given it away cheaply again, and a ball in here to Salah. Brought down on the edge of the box, wanted a foul. Referee said no. And they will get a throw in Egypt, but they feel they probably should have had a free kick right on the edge of the D there. Certainly their captain does. To see the replay, but it's Leandro Paredes against Mo Salah. The referee deemed it a fair challenge. Yasser Ibrahim back to Rabia. To the Egyptian goal scorer. That was miscued, but ultimately helped out of play by Alexis McAllister for an Egypt throw. Bouncing ball around the corner here. Zico and chase. The last touch came off Zico against Christian Romero. That's going to be a Argentina throw in. Well, I said about Egypt, they need to keep it tight. Ensure that really at the end of things they don't get cast adrift. Well, it's actually gone the opposite direction, and they've settled the better of the two teams in the game. Look, the stronger early doors. An issue here for Julian Alvarez, who felt he was caught there. He was caught by Yasser Ibrahim just on the top of his foot. It's an accidental one. Now, welcome in, Stephen. Thank you very much for joining us. Says has Spain last night, and hoping the GOAT wins the night. Well, it's not going well for Lionel Messi to this point. Still very, very early doors in this one. It's been a really strong, confident start from Egypt, and kind of what they've deserved in the fact that in this tournament so far they have gone under the radar a little bit, Egypt, because they haven't played to their best quality. That's a nice weighted ball in behind. There's a chance there. It's a penalty to Argentina. The referee in no doubt points to the spots, and the world champions have a penalty. Julian Alvarez, I think, maybe against Hassan. We'll have to see a replay. It looked a little awkward. See it here again. Nice ball between the lines. Weighted perfectly. He's well onside. Alvarez from wide. As Hassan, does he just... Oh, he snatches at it, yeah. He catches Taliafico. Yeah. It's one of those where you think he's just mistimed it. It's an awkward, clumsy bit of defending from an attacker. Certainly not a mistake. And it should be a penalty. I think it will stand as a penalty. As we see Lionel Messi get ready to take this. Remember, he is currently joint top scorer at this tournament, along with Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, the two young bucks. But the old-aged pensioner, some would say, in terms of footballing terms, the elder statesman, more respectfully he should be known, has the chance to once again, like he's done right the way throughout the tournament, lead the Golden Boot race and extend it to 21 World Cup goals. Lionel Messi from the penalty spots for Argentina. Saved quite fantastically by Schober. Really well saved. Not the best of penalties from Messi, but great from Mustafa Schober to ensure that that wasn't going to be heading into the back of his net. The referee's going to pull out a yellow card for the Egyptian backroom staff, as there was some complaints. There's a free kick anyway to Egypt, but whatever happens afterwards, as we see this penalty, fabulous. Not a great penalty at all from Lionel Messi. Just far too close to the keeper and at a really good height for Schober, but you have to be there to make the save. And the Egyptian goalkeeper was a wall in the way of Lionel Messi's effort. But you have to say, they got a little bit lucky there, Egypt. A clumsy moment that is once again saved by the goalkeeper. The last line of defence holds strong once again. Talk about heroes at World Cups. It's still very early to be talking like that, but we talk about heroes. Quite a lot of the time it's a striker or an attacker that escapes things for their team, scratches them through, but quite a lot of times it's the goalkeeper that comes up with the big moments and the big stops late in games or in high pressure situations. Keeps the momentum really with Egypt, you gotta say, because that when it went in, yes, it would have been level, yes, it would have been 1-1, but the momentum would have been with Argentina. We're back into the game. We're now on the score sheet. We're on the board. Let's build from this. But the fact that they've missed that penalty, it's been well saved, just keeps the Egyptian momentum ticking over. Just got to hang on to it now until at least the hydration break, Egypt, which shouldn't be too far away. Salah bundled over as he was backtracking into his own half against the Manchester United defender, Lisandro Martinez. Those two have had their tussles. Well, tussles, it's being nice. Lisandro Martinez was absolutely sat down by Mo Salah in the game before. As this free kick for Salah trigger the hydration break. And Christopher says, wow, Schober will never forget making that save against Messi. Never in a million years will he ever forget that moment. And even more so if Egypt find a way to go through, and his save could be the crucial difference between the sides. You gotta say, someone's got to don't messy with Egypt. I love that. Some of the signs and placards that we've seen from the crowd are actually quite entertaining at this tournament so far. Well, at this stage of the game, halfway through the first half, Egypt leading by a goal to nil from a Yasser Ibrahim header. And then, of course, Argentina having their penalty saved by Mustafa Shobar from Lionel Messi. The momentum of the first 23.5 minutes is in Egypt's favour. But Argentina will know, no matter how far away you are, no matter how down and out you kind of feel you are in a game, it is never over till it's over. They certainly haven't been without their setbacks in this tournament so far, Argentina. None more so than that Cape Verde game, and Cape Verde levelling against Argentina twice in the match to take them all the way to the death of extra time. Egypt are doing one better at the moment, leading against the world champions and keeping a lead via a penalty save from their goalkeeper. You talk about as good a start as it can be for Egypt. I think we have it on site right now. There's no doubt in the mind of these Argentinian players. They've been through kind of difficulties before, no question about that. Trials and tribulations is how you become the best and reach the top. And that man, Lionel Messi, is not without his trials and tribulations in his career. And you kind of think, as reigning world champions, it has gone a little bit, not under the radar, but a little bit kind of cast adrift the argument that, you know, they are the hunted here, Argentina. But, teams are out to really get the scalping of the world champions. I mean, the last number of World Cups, it's almost been like a show dance for the reigning champions to show up and then get knocked out pretty early. But Argentina trying to buck that trend and try and give themselves a chance at going all the way. Albeit, though, 3.5 years ago, the reigning world champions then, France, ended up getting all the way to the final and then lost at the hands of Argentina. So who knows, history could repeat itself on that front. Just in the wrong direction for Argentina on this occasion. But we'll find out. We've got to find a way past Egypt here first. So we get back underway. Imam Ashur back to Hafez. Lashin to the right hand side. Hani to Hassan. Ibrahim with the clip ball in behind. Good stretch there from Lisandro Martinez. Picked up by Paredes. Was a little bit caught under pressure there, but he did well with a little flick to find it out wide here to Molina. All the way back to Christian Romero. Through into Lionel Messi. Options ahead. Messi finds Alvarez. Takes it down in the space. Spinning into an area where he can try and control. Alvarez. Fernandez. Wide here to Tagliafico. Of course, won that penalty for Argentina. Back to Paredes. Molina. Right down the right is Rodrigo de Paul with space. Clipping it in early. The header! Another Shobar save. This time I think it was Alexis McAllister with the header. Back into the box. Clip round the back. De Paul couldn't reach it. Well dealt with by Hafez, who hooks it away. A bouncing ball into midfield. It's a little bit awkwardly dealt with, but dealt with nonetheless by Lisandro Martinez. Another big moment for the Egyptian stopper. Great ball in from Rodrigo de Paul. A good header by Alexis McAllister. But a really good save to deny Argentina once again. Said very early, Egypt are going to have to be at their very best, and that man Schober is going to have to be at his very best to keep Argentina at bay. Here he comes again, Messi into the box. 3 or 4 around him, still finds an out ball. Fernandez with the shot that was swept into the body of an Egyptian defender, who gets the block, and Schober takes the ball down quite comfortably. Certainly Argentina piling on the pressure, but so far Egypt rebounding said pressure back at them. Hooked away by Rabia. Bouncing ball for Salah in behind, who's got the bricking of Lisandro Martinez. Salah just beaten to it by Romero, who almost gifting it there to Zico. Calm hands from Emi Martinez. They can't be got at this, the Argentinian defenders so far. We've seen that early doors here. But here's Enzo Fernandez. That will be the danger on the counter. Rodrigo de Paul across. McAllister again in the middle. Cleared away by Egypt. Good sliding tackle by Paredes to get it away from Salah. McAllister bundled over. That's going to be a foul by Atea. Free kick here to Argentina. Well, we see this chance again. We're actually seeing the foul again on Alexis McAllister. Certainly a great headed chance. That was stopped by Schober. Great ball in by Rodrigo de Paul. Alexis McAllister, free header, just directing it across goal. Schober with a really good save from point blank range. Really good stop. 30 minutes on the clock. Argentina 0, Egypt 1. Lionel Messi readies this free kick. It's from about 30 yards or so, maybe a bit more. We know what he's got in the locker. Can they find the combination? Paredes and Messi over it. It will be Lionel Messi, left-footed, and I don't know whether that come off the post or not, but in the end it goes wide. I think they might be saying corner there, the officials. Schober claiming his innocence, saying that he didn't get a touch on it. Let's see it again. Messi's delivery just looped around the wall, just spinning back inside. Curling, spinning, drifting. And it bounces off the outside of the post. Yeah, Schober gets nothing to it. Off the outside of the post and wide. That's a goal kick. And VAR making sure the correct decision was made. They initially gave a corner, the officials, but VAR correctly overturning it as just a goal kick. Good chance, though, for Messi. I remember watching certainly one of the best free kicks I'd ever seen back in 2019 in that 3-0 win over Liverpool in Barcelona in the Nou Camp in a Champions League semi-final. And he was absolutely blistering that night, Lionel Messi. And the free kick that he scored in that game was absolutely out of this world. We all know how that ended, but certainly a wonderful moment for Lionel Messi on that front. In that game, sticks in your mind, get it embedded in your memory. Those types of moments. Ball in behind again from in behind Lisandro Martinez, who's pressured by Zico and decides to just ensure that he gets rid of the danger rather than try anything more complicated. And a throw into Egypt down the right. They can get through to half time here, Egypt. It's still a big task with still a lot of the half to go, still a good 15 minutes at least. But if they can, what sort of confidence would be brimming through this team at the interval? Corner delivered, cross delivered in, shall I say. Sure was the only one in the mix. And they're actually going to give away a foul. Sliding challenge there from Lashin will get Argentina a free kick. It's Julian Alvarez that felt he was caught. maybe just a little bit mistimed there from Lashin. Perez just struggling back to his feet. Good layup by Molina. Heavy touch though. Given away. Little flick there. Nonchalantly by Hafez. Back here to Atea. Now across to Lashin. Switched out to the far right-hand side. Done well in those moments, Egypt, where Argentina maybe given them a glimmer to win the ball back. They've done really well in those situations to win the ball back. Their press has been really well timed in this first half. Salah dragging it across. Out to Hafez it comes now. Imam Ashur. Salah to Ashur. Back inside here to Lashin. Moving it with real pace and intention here, Egypt. Hassan with the layoff, finding Ashur, who's surrounded by a number of Argentinian players, but quick on his feet was Hafez, and he's gonna loop it, fire it towards goal. Well off targets, but yeah, really good again, that press from Egypt. Once the ball was given away by Ashur and they tried to break forward Argentina, Hafez was on his toes to react to a loose pass out wide and ended up snatching at the ultimate effort, but they've been quite impressive out of possession at times, Egypt, in this first half. Albeit disregard the penalty incident, but other than that, they have been really quite strong. We faced 4 shots so far, 2 on target. Taliafico with the hold up the left-hand side. Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, Messi. Little 1-2, Messi another little layoff to Rodrigo de Paul, but that's stolen away and seen away by Imam Ashur, back in defending on the edge of his own box. Molina will take the throw on the right here for Argentina. Play it all the way back to Romero. Salah the only one up there for Egypt. Not too keen to press forward with such great pace in that sort of situation. Egypt staying composed. That's what they have to be. As I said, they need to be stubborn. They need to be hard to break down. Find that balance of being hard to stop while also showing a threat on the other end, because it's a very tough balance to reach. Sometimes you could be too open and too attacking and leave yourself vulnerable on the back end, or be too deep, too standoffish, and not be aggressive enough to try and fight against the ball and make sure that you don't get penned in and absolutely train wrecked, basically. Clip ball into the area again. Nicely tracked by Ashur, who makes no question of launching that one away. Salah the only viable target, but Christian Romero again wins that quite comfortably. I feel like they're settled, Egypt. You don't feel like they're chasing Argentina. You kind of feel like they're settled. They know what they need to be doing and they seem comfortable in doing it. It's Argentina that look a little bit unsettled, a little bit unsure. Was Ashur did well there, but Romero again picking it apart. Right, it goes here to Messi, helping with the build-up. De Paul, awful pass across field. Messi battling to win it back. Little 1-2. Messi over the bar. Yeah, really poor ball initially by Rodrigo de Paul, but the heavy touch allows Messi to win it back. Little 1-2 with Molina, and then Messi goes for the angled effort into the top corner. Just telegraphed it a little bit, well off target. So we watch Diego Simeone, the Atletico Madrid boss, in the crowd, as he was in the game against Cape Verde at his Argentina shirt. And he sits like he hasn't moved from his spot, albeit we've moved stadium, moved city, and certainly a very different game. But it seems like he's the only one that's the constant. It seems like he picks an outfit and sticks with it. Because he's been so famous for that all black attire at club level for so long. Seeing him in anything else is weird, but at least he's consistent with the change of look. At least for this World Cup. No question who he is supporting, of course. Not only that, not only his country, but his son, of course, Giuliano Simeone, who's on the bench for Argentina. That's a lovely way to ball around the back. Tagliafico and Messi. Oh, Alvarez, sorry again. What a save by Schoppauer. Down to his left to direct it away. That's another gilt-edged chance that Mustafa Schoppauer has stopped. Good strike by Julian Alvarez. Just side-footed it. Maybe a bit too close to the keeper, but a good stretch from Schoppauer down to his left. Good reactions. Directs it wide. Really strong goalkeeping, and once again, everything that Argentina have thrown at Egypt, that man Mustafa Schoppauer has stopped it every single time. Such frustration for Argentina right now at this moment in time. What is happening? As I said, there's still a very, very long time for it to change. That man Schoppauer is having one hell of a game to this point. Messi to take the corner. Believe it or not, the first Argentinian corner of the game. On 40 minutes. Referee making sure that Ashur and McAllister aren't too physical with one another. Messi lofting it in with the lefts. Bounces to the back post and off an Argentinian head. That's going to be a goal kicked. Tagliafico with the contacts. There's no doubting they've had enough chances to score. A 1.47 XG, of course, that will be very much swayed by the penalty from Lionel Messi. They had a 0.79 XG. Almost 8 out of 10 chance that Messi would score it. On this occasion, it was the 2 out of 10 chance that he missed it, or it was saved, and it was certainly well saved on that occasion. It makes up for over half of Argentina's attacking XG so far. They win the throw in down the right, but it's going to be a real battle for Egypt to try and head into a half-time with this 1-goal lead. So far, they're standing firm against the world champions and offering up no clear route to a return to play for Argentina. They'll have to fire it out themselves and forge it through real hard work, as that's hooked away by Hani. Again, anywhere will do for Egypt. It's a little early to be playing that sort of football, but needs must right now in Egypt. Argentina's very strong spell of the game. Only their strongest spell of the game in the last 5 minutes or so. Fernandez down the left, cut back into the box. He left it there, Alvarez. Messi was the target, he couldn't quite reach it. Back to Messi, it comes though on the edge. Alvarez will spin and shoot, and that's off target. Yeah, they're doing everything in their power to get these shots off Argentina, and that's just wayward from Julian Alvarez, the Atletico man. Managers in the crowd. So far, not able to provide the goods to this point. Nice work there from Hafez. No fear about Egypt. That's what I kind of feel at this moment. There is no fear in this team that, oh, we're playing against Messi, we're playing against the world champions, we're playing against this monstrous team. It doesn't seem like they have fear. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's Mo Salah, but just incredible. He ultimately gives it away after that, but they win it back quickly, Egypt. It's been the measure of them in this first half. Sure, just shoved in the face there off the ball, but referee will play advantage. A bit of skill from Mo Salah though. Look at this, crisp passing football. Just didn't quite go much further than that. Salah tried to charge down the left. They've got it in them though, Egypt. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. Messi. Run into Ashur. And halted in his tracks by Atea. That's going to be a free kick. As Marwan Atea seemed to have fouled Lionel Messi. But I think that, other than Mo Salah, I don't think many will argue that case. On the contrary of a foul. Heading into the last minute of the first 45, we'll see how long's added on, of course. Messi with another free kick. Clipped into the area, easily into the hands of Schober, who drops to the grounds. Schober hoofing it forward. Salah with the deft little touch. He's it wide. Hafez back to Salah. It comes here with a little bit of space, and he's going to drive forward in the pocket. Couldn't quite get his pass off quick enough, but he will get the foul, Mo Salah. Yeah, dictating things. It's the Egyptian king. He was slightly caught by the studs there of Christian Romero. A little bit over-committal from the Spurs centre-back against the former Liverpool player. Another throw into Egypt down the right. There's 5 added minutes at the end of this first half. Is confirmed by the officials. Hashim with the flick. Zico tried to help it along, but Atea with the hoofing one, facing his own goal, clears it. Hafez and Ashur chests it down. Ashur 1v1 against Molina. Molina does just enough, had the inside of that. And now a little bit of expansive movement. Here come Argentina. McAllister. Again, a sea of red and black in front of them. A wall. Here's Martinez. Ball by De Paul. Another deep cross towards the head of Alvarez and Fernandez in there, but neither could get on the end of it. Here Argentina again. Clip ball round the corner. It's Messi hooking off the back of the defender, but did just enough there, Hafez. And his keeper again strongly in the way. Really good football. Yeah, looking for the clip ball over the top, but Zico didn't make the run, or not on the same page there, those two. Launched forward by Emi Martinez. Rabia is going to win the free kick here for Egypt after being impeded as he went up into the air. Julian Alvarez, the one team to have committed the foul. Not in a good way here, Rabia. Maybe the way he landed. Ooh, that's a really difficult one. Flat on his back, thrashing into the ground. Such great pace. It's not nice to see at all. It's a real painful one there. Straight flat on his back into the hard surface. Really, really tough one. Now, as it stands with the poll in the chat, it is exactly 50-50. Much closer than yesterday's poll between Portugal and Spain. Right now, it is exactly 50-50, that poll. Keep those votes coming in. Thank you very much for getting involved. As it stands, the poll is exactly even. And thankfully, Rabia back up onto his feet and okay to continue. He doesn't have to go off the field, does he? He doesn't have to. It's the referee that called the official, or the medical staff on, rather than the other way about, so I don't think he has to go off on that occasion. The referee has relayed that message to the Egyptian centre-back. Hassan skips away from the challenger McAllister. Tagliafico in the way, cops back on him, swings it across, away from Martinez, helped along by Alvarez. There's room for Rodrigo de Paul to fire forward. So reverse it backwards. About a minute and a half of this first period to go. Argentina 0, Egypt 1. Yasser Ibrahim's header, as it stands, is the difference between the two sides. Messi's penalty saved by Chopin, and a couple of good chances for Argentina also stopped by the Egyptian keeper. One from Alvarez, one from McAllister. Messi trying to pull the strings from deep. Can't really see the strings to try and pull them. Not many Egyptian players in the way. Everybody back for Egypt, including Salah now. Can they hang on to this lead just into the half? It's half time. Got 30 or so seconds to go to do so. Alvarez, Messi, surrounded by a number. Salah tries to tackle. That didn't quite work. Now in behind, Hani will deal with that. The flag was up anyway for offside against Tagliafico. This goal kick should bring the or free kick should bring the half to an end. Bouncing around still. And there was, to be fair, stoppage in the added time for the Rabia injury. Emma Mashur insinuating that he can't continue. A little signal there to the bench. Well, they might have to assess him at have time to assess him at half time. I don't think they'll make a sub this late in the half. Surely he can last till the whistle goes in a matter of seconds. Not over yet though. Here's Hassan. Down the right to Salah. Salah swinging it across. Couldn't find Ashur. And a little behind Hafez. That will be an Argentinian throw. We're well over the 5 added. Long looping ball in behind. Chopin will follow that one into his area and ensure that McAllister can't get anywhere near it. And that's going to conclude the half. Halfway to the finish line for Egypt. A lead at the break. And the world champions are under the cosh here in Atlanta. Some incredible stops from Mustafa Chopin with the moment of the game in Egypt's favour through Yasser Ibrahim's header that has the Egyptians waltzing to the quarterfinals, but only halfway to that point. Half-time, it's Argentina 0, Egypt 1. Sure, one last kick. This is gonna be it. This is the moment. Vicario kicks this. And Liverpool are there. Liverpool are Premier League champions. And there it comes. Crystal Palace, for the very first time in their history, are FA Cup winners. Oh, he's found the net. Oh, what a goal. Kvaratskhelia is through, wants to add a fourth, and does so. Ahmad, oh my goodness me. That is absolutely unbelievable. Rice again. Oh! You thought he couldn't beat the first one. He's gone and bettered it. Another whip ball in. The header is in by Virgil van Dijk. Incredible.
guess all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even eyes? They're learning. Do you even leave now, make your escape. You know the fortune favors the brave. So close, just get away. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even Guess all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm dying.
Welcome back to World Cup 2026. Halftime in Atlanta. It's Argentina 0, Egypt 1 at the break. Yasser Ibrahim's goal. The difference between the two teams at this moment in time and how big that is for Egypt. Some massive saves for Mustafa Shobar in that first half to keep Argentina at bay, including a Lionel Messi penalty that he stopped as well. So it has been crucial to Egypt keeping that lead. One more round of 16 tie on the way later on. Switzerland take on Colombia tonight at 9 o'clock here in LFS to see who will be the final team into the quarterfinals. It's live from Vancouver a little later on, and we kick off the quarterfinals on Thursday as France take on Morocco on Thursday night to kick off the quarterfinals. That's at 9 o'clock on Thursday night. Then on Friday, it's Spain v Belgium at 8 o'clock on Friday night. Then Norway, England at 10 o'clock on Saturday evening. And then it all concludes in the early hours of Sunday morning when the winners of this one take on the winners of Switzerland, Colombia in our final quarter-final. The semi-finals, of course, getting a bit of ahead of ourselves, but just some housekeeping. Semi-finals next Tuesday and Wednesday from Dallas and Atlanta. Of course, and then the live final from New Jersey next Sunday evening in 12 days' time. Of course, the day before that, the night before that, the third place playoff. But so far, so good for Egypt, who lead Argentina, the world champions, at half-time. Second half on the way next. Welcome back to World Cup 2026. Halftime, it's Argentina 0, Egypt 1 here in Atlanta, Georgia, at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Atlanta Falcons, the NFL side. And so far, it is Egypt who are soaring their way through to the quarterfinals after their first ever knockout game victory at a World Cup in the round of 32. They're halfway to making it 2 in a row, and they're going to make a halftime change. We saw that Imam Ashur kind of indicated that he couldn't continue right at the end of the half. Well, that is borne out. He cannot continue, and Hamdi Fati is going to be coming on at half-time in midfield to replace Imam Ashur. So Ashur off and Fati on for Egypt. Reminder for you, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on push notifications if you haven't done so already. That'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for joining us for this one tonight. The early evening, shall I say, here in the UK this Tuesday afternoon for what is so far a bit of a barnstormer here in Atlanta. An exciting affair that, as it stands, would see Egypt into the quarterfinals of the World Cup as it stands. As they get us back underway, the team that lead and the team that trail have a lot of work to do. They've certainly had the chances to find a way back into the game so far. They haven't found a way past that Egyptian goalkeeper just yet. There's been a concrete wall in the way of Argentina to this point, as Mustafa Shobar. Throwing down the left-hand side. Salah takes it into control against Lisandro Martinez, who's holding and dragging Salah. That will be a foul to Egypt. They started the first half strongly, Egypt, scoring on 15 minutes through Yasser Ibrahim. Really positive start to the game. And then, for the majority of the rest of the half, spent at defending. As I said, it's about finding that balance between attack and defence for Egypt at this stage. Yes, they've got the lead, so they don't want to be too open to try and cheaply give away a leveller. They also don't want to be penned far too deep to have no chance at maybe alleviating the pressure that Argentina will inevitably pose. Here's Rodrigo de Paul to Messi. Square to Paredes. Now, Lisandro Martinez. Tagliafico. Back to Enzo Fernandez now to McAllister. Messi. Fernandez. Messi. McAllister. Messi again. Closed off initially, but Rodrigo de Paul trying to angle it, but straight into the hands of Schobayer again in his way. Yeah, really good, nice zigzag football around the edge of the box from Argentina, and Messi's little layoff to Rodrigo de Paul. Schobayer was fouled there as he was trying to get rid of the ball by Julian Alvarez. That's going to be an Egypt free kick. Here's the goal scorer, Ibrahim, darting one down the right. Couldn't be held up by Lashin, but he will get the foul out of Tagliafico. The referee had to think about it. Hassan does win the foul out of Tagliafico. Yeah, I mean, gets none of the ball there, Tagliafico, and catches the right boot of Hassan. Forward by Schobayer. Bouncing ball. Header was taken in by Zico. Egypt scrambling it in midfield, get a little bit open. That ball went in behind. It's Lionel Messi. Carried a little wide, and the red shirt's in his way. And a really strong challenge by Rabia. And that's actually going to be a goal kick. Fabulous defending. Yeah, incredible defending from Rabia. The last touch did come off Messi. Definitely a goal kick. Correct call there. Rabia with the long diagonal towards Hassan. Has Tagliafico for company. Tagliafico evades the pressure, and Argentina recycle it in the midfield. Here is Paredes. Fernandez. Swinging it out to the far right for Molina. Excuse me. I felt that sneeze coming. Here is Leandro Paredes. Fernandez. Wide it goes. Tagliafico. Fernandez. It's keeping it moving. Argentina. Messi, down the line, clipped in by Molina, a little high that, dealt with at the back post by Hassan. Nice Salah, down to Hossein Hassan on the right hand side, up against Lisandro Martinez. Hassan with a little run here down the right channel, just about winning the throw in out of Lisandro Martinez there. Really good play by Hossein Hassan, carrying Egypt up the fields. A chance for the defence to have a little bit of a rest, at least for now. Hani with the throw. Taken short, and clip ball towards the area. Easily dealt with. That time by Tagliafico. One thing Argentina can be quite composed about is that there's such a long time left in the game. They've already created some quite a few clear-cut chances to try and level, at least. So you can be pleased with how they've played, just at this moment in time. We haven't come up with the formula to find a way past the Egyptian goalkeeper. It's been quite incredible so far. Maybe it's just perseverance. Fernandez. Taliafico. Martinez. Paredes with Alvarez. Now Paredes clipping it round the corner and the flick on header. Dealt with there. Enzo Fernandez trying to dart it across. Cleared away. Only as far as Taliafico. Now McAllister into Enzo Fernandez. Little roll back to McAllister. A little bit of hesitance again from Argentina on the edge of the box. As Salah upsetting Paredes there, and he's going to get a foul, of which Mo Salah cannot believe that the foul's been given by Francois Letessier, who took a second or two to make that decision, but foul was given against the so-called Egyptian king. Free kick again here for Argentina, which will be led by Lionel Messi. Will be taken by Lionel Messi. Clips it round the back. Schober again, quick to react. To punch it away from danger. Paredes recycling. Taliafico drifting it into space and had the shot over the crossbar at Sales. Schober a little bit concerned, but didn't need to be. The Taliafico effort certainly not the best. Yeah, a little bit of a stray leg there from Salah. Does catch the man. There's a foul. Got away with it though a little bit. Leandro Paredes, he was in a really awkward position. Salah didn't make contact. It certainly wasn't a foul. It's a little bit of contact that obviously gave the foul. It wasn't much. Hassan. Back inside to Lashin. Switched out to this left. First time touched by Hafez. Didn't quite reach the target round the outside of Fati. Half-time substitute for Egypt. McAllister run into trouble there, and the referee has just stopped the game and I think has given Argentina the free kick after some remonstrations from Alexis McAllister. A bit stop-start the second half. Messi. Martinez. Fernandez down the line. Taliafico cutting it back across. Headed away in the box. Brought down by Messi on the edge. Challenged quite fairly and comfortably by Fati. Now Atea, sorry. Trying to find Salah. Well covered over there by Christian Romero. Throw into Egypt down the right hand side. Well, there's the man who couldn't continue, Imam Ashur. McAllister run that one out of play. I'm sure he is quite devastated the fact that he can't play a further part, Imam Ashur, but he looked dangerous in moments for Egypt. He's looked dangerous for them right the way throughout the tournament. Enzo Fernandez travelled all the way by Atea here. Nice work though from Argentina. McAllister now to Paredes. Fernandez, Messi against Fati. Fresh legs, and Fati going to be penalised for a challenge on Lionel Messi that's going to get the free kick. Just the footwork of Messi, the intelligence of course to know that Fati was not going to challenge for the ball, and it's definitely a foul. Argentina with the momentum of this second half, applying all the pressure. Haven't been able to make it count as of yet. Long way to go. Free kick taken short by Messi into De Paul. Now Fernandez. Again, such a congested area. Not much room for Argentina to break through. They need to try and change the angle of the play. Very one-dimensional at the moment. Needs it right now. comfortable at defending those situations. Messi on the half turn, skips away from one and runs into trouble in another. Fati, who was deeper that time, and hooked clear by Hafez down the left. They're getting a little bit more joy, Argentina, but it's not in the final third. That's a lovely ball into the box, headed across, and Schobayer again on the end of it. Everything that's come anywhere near that area of the field, in the area, has been acclaimed and claimed by Mustafa Schobayer. It has been quite incredible to this point. Rabia, Fati, back to Rabia, across now to Ibrahim. Little flick by Fati. Hafez down the line, not given any time, but he will win the throw off Leandro Paredes. As it stands, Egypt still leading Argentina by a goal to nil here in Atlanta. That was a cheap giveaway though from the Egyptians. There's no room for a progression down the right there from Lionel Messi. Leandro Paredes. Good shoot from distance. Took a little bit of an awkward angle. Again dealt with by the Egyptian defence. Although good interception there from Lisandro Martinez, getting his body in the way to block the clearance. Punches into his path. He tries to carry it forward. Wanted a foul. Atia said, had won it fairly, said the referee. Now Hassan with his tricky feet, trying to evade pressure. Oh, skips it away from Martinez. Still going here, Egypt. It's Salah outside of the boot, round the corner. It's 2-0. Rips the shirt from his shoulders, Zico. And Egypt are 2-0 up against the world champions. Talk about counter-attacking at its best. They made that look so easy, Egypt. Tears from the stands. And the Pharaohs are here to take charge. They're commanding this land in Atlanta. And Zico with the finish past Emi Martinez. And the little pocket of Egyptian fans at this end of the stadium have erupted. Beautifully done. A wonderful move by Egypt. We see it here. Lisandro Martinez, he felt he was fouled at the start of it, but once that was not given, they just didn't recover well enough. Argentina jumping into challenges, just so calm from Hassan, riding the challenges, and then this pass from Mo Salah. Incredible in behind. And they are checking this VAR. The referee's actually been called over to the screen to have a review. Oh, no, no, no. No. I don't like this. If they disallow this, I mean, it's about 15-20 seconds before the goal is scored. I mean, it's a get out of jail free card if I've ever seen one, if this is disallowed. Francois Letessier called to the monitor to review this for a foul in the build-up, possibly on Lisandro Martinez from Atea. And the goal has been disallowed. Free kick has been given to Argentina. And they have, they have been saved by that decision. Because that is soft. Yes, it may be a foul. But what matters is that it happened, the halfway, the other end of the field. I mean, they're 10 yards, if that, from the goal line of Egypt. And it ends up being a goal at the other end after a good 20 seconds of play afterwards. I think that's very harsh. Very harsh. But they have been given a massive lifeline here, Argentina. Major reprieve for the world champions. Messi delivers, bouncing ball, directed wide. Corner here. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't agree with that decision, personally. It's not up to me, though. Messi delivers in from the left. Bouncing down. It's cleared away. Swung in again from the right. Hooked away by Hani. And they get it anywhere will do, really, for Egypt. Just surpassed the hour mark here in Atlanta. Argentina 0, Egypt 1. Seconds ago it was 2-0. Before the goal was disallowed for a foul in the build-up. Quite controversially, in my opinion. I didn't think it... I mean, whether it was a foul or not is irrelevant to me. I would love to know the rule, because I don't see that as the same phase of play. In that it looked soft. But also, it was 20 seconds before the goal was scored. It kind of gives Argentina that little lift of, well, if there's a foul anywhere in the pitch within a 20-second spell of a goal being scored, or a minute spell, it can be a foul in the build-up. But the fact that they had so much still to do, Egypt, to have any chance of an advantage from that sort of situation, to me, just feels like it's a really harsh decision to disallow it. They've got the confidence. They know they can score again. They've proven it, despite it not counting on the score sheet, but they certainly will believe that they can get this job done. Hani, deft touch inside. Good play this from Egypt. Oh, little flick by Hassan. They're in the groove here, Egypt. That's a weighted ball, a little bit loose. Easily dealt with by Christian Romero, but they've got the intention now, Egypt. The envision. Try and find a second goal. And that's what I kind of alluded to early in the game. They kind of have to do, Egypt, is find that balance. I've said it right the way throughout. It's about finding that balance of being so defensively strong but aggressive enough to continue to be a threat at the other end. And to have opportunities. And with that man Mo Salah on the field, they will have the creativity. They just need to be composed. Salah himself gives away a foul there, which they quickly get restarted. Argentina. Messi directing it out to the left-hand side. Riding a challenge, Enzo Fernandez, and another. Skips back inside. Messi squares it across. Paredes. Now to Rodrigo de Paul. Back to Paredes again. We'll just play it back 5 yards to Christian Romero. Paredes between the lines. Down the left it goes. Tagliafico. Inside to Martinez, who will swing it back around the post, and that's away by Rabia. Cleared out down the right-hand side, but Argentina keep it in play, and here they come again. Romero, Messi, 3 in his way as he was challenged. Messi does enough to keep it and lay it off to Martinez. Fernandez. Back to Tagliafico, now Martinez, and forced backwards here, Argentina. Maybe Martinez has to launch it up the fields. And that one will be heading straight out for a goal kick to Egypt. They are stifling Argentina right now. Despite the fact that Argentina have had so much more of the ball in the second half, you have to say they haven't had many clear-cut chances. Might that be the commentator's curse? Maybe it just might be. Let's hope for their sake it isn't. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. Messi making some changes there. Lionel Scaloni, the Argentinian head coach, swung out to the right. Oh, chested behind by Zico for a corner. Already seen own goals from Egypt. That might have been another one if he'd got that one wrong. Zico come off his chest a little awkward. It bounced well wide for a corner. With 25 minutes to go till 90, we're going to see the introduction of Nico Gonzalez and Lautaro Martinez, and they're going to replace Nicolas Tagliafico and Rodrigo de Paul. So Lautaro Martinez and Nico Gonzalez replacing Rodrigo de Paul and Tagliafico. Double switch. Taking short this corner. Messi drifting into the box onto his right foot. Closed as he tried to work back onto his left, and Zico trying to evade the corner. Couldn't keep it from going out for another opportunity for Messi to deliver from the right. Another corner will be. Everybody back in the box for Egypt. Nearly everybody forward for Argentina. Messi delivers in this time. Off the head of Romero. And the counter could be on. Salah's away here. He's got an option in Hassan. It's three in his way and a triangle around Salah. Salah holding off the challenges. Finds Hassan. He's got the work to do. Hassan drags it to the outs. Cuts it back across. And that one is in by Zico. It is 2-0. And surely they're not going to disallow that one. He will have his moment, Zico, for Egypt against the world champions. It's another counter-attack led by the terrific trio of Salah, Hassan and Zico, who all combined for the second goal that wasn't. Well, they've all combined for the second goal that will be for Egypt. Argentina 0, Egypt 2. And again it's on the counter where the Egyptians have had their sting. Wonderful from Salah. I said he's the creativity. As long as they can find him, they've got a chance. But again, once he lays this off, Salah Hassan has all the work to do to just evade the defence. Does really well to break down that right flank. Cuts it back onto the path of Zico, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Great cutback, great finish. Beautiful goal. Deservedly 2-0 up now, Egypt. Deservedly 2 to the good. Beautiful football. And a wonderful finish. Well, we saw Cristiano Ronaldo have a heartbreaking end to his World Cup career last night. Will it be the end of an era for Lionel Messi too on the world stage? 24 hours later. But what a moment. What an incredible performance so far from Egypt, who have been by far just sensational. There's no time to wait now. Argentina need to find at least 2 goals. The 20 odd minutes. The hydration break should come very shortly as well, which could just stifle any sort of momentum they want to create here, the world champions. They're moving it with real shape and sharpness now. Molina wide, clips into the box. Hani with the header. Drops, and the shot is directed incredibly well wide, but took a deflection to help it to go out for the throw. Christopher says, wow, I didn't think anyone expected this scoreline. I certainly believe you. I agree. Well, thanks for all the votes in the chat, in the poll. We'll just close that poll at this stage. 111 votes. Thank you everybody for getting involved. Just Egypt at the moment, 52-48 in their favour in terms of who everybody thinks will win. And with a 2-goal lead, you feel they're in a strong position, but not done and dusted by any stretch. Argentina certainly can hold them as Hassan there clears it away. He's saying, and he's got an issue. Yeah, some Hassan there. Kind of pulled back a little bit. That will trigger the hydration break for the moment. And with 20 left on the clock, plus the added, Egypt are in a commanding position here in Atlanta against the world champions. Argentina at the moment 2-0 down and at risk of a major shock exit at the round of 16 stage. Look at this from the counter-attack. It's absolutely incredible. Salah's all on his own. Hassan just drifting into the attacking position late. Salah does really well to carry the ball so far up the field to the edge of the area. Hassan just does his man 1v1. Incredible bit of 1v1 play. And then the cut back and the finish from Zico. Beautiful football. Full credit to Egypt. They've been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Both in and out of possession. And they probably could be 3-0 up here by the way they've played. That goal disallowed. And we told you, we said it, that they probably deserved it, Egypt, from the way that they've played and how strong they've looked. But you have to say, we said when that goal was disallowed for Egypt, they will believe they could do it again. They've already had the evidence that they can have the chance to do it. If they can work it together, they can find a second. Well, they worked it together, and they did find that second. And right now, heading into the final section of this game, they're the team in a commanding position with a chance, a very, very real chance now, of playing in a quarter-final of a World Cup by defeating, as it stands, the world champions, defending world champions Argentina. Incredible. Still a long way to go, but it's a strong, strong moment for Egypt. A reminder for you that this is what's to come. Switzerland, Colombia tonight at 9. Can't wait for that game a little later on. Switzerland and Colombia in Vancouver at 9 o'clock. And of course they, as it stands, will play the winner of this one. And that, as it stands, that would be Egypt. There's some changes being made. Houssem Hassan has, I think, come off here for the moment. Oh, chance here, cross. Blocked from Lautaro Martinez. His effort was stopped in the area. Have been some more changes being made. We'll tell you about those in a moment when we have full confirmation, but we are back on the way after the hydration break. And we can tell you that Trezeguet has entered the fray here for Egypt. Hassan has gone off, so the boss lost both starting wingers out of this game through to injury. Egypt, Ashur and Hassan. Trezeguet on in his place, and Gonzalo Montiel has come on for Argentina. He has replaced Molina down the right hand side. Here is Gonzalez, clips it across. Little flick and darting effort by Lautaro Martinez is directed wide. An issue here for Schobaer. He's gone down off the field. He's bounced back to his feet, so you've got to feel that was tactical. And they're not happy about that, Argentina, but there will be no doubt they will be doing something similar. They're a team of the dark arts. That's what gets you through games like this, difficult games. Argentina have done it many's a time before. Right now, as it stands, yeah, the team at the moment of all the pressure, none of the outcome as it stands here, Argentina. There's 15 minutes left till 90 hits the clock. World champions are heading for home. Can there be an inspiration from the great man with a number 10 on his back? Someone else, Paredes, Fernandez, around the corner, Alvarez, a deflection! Goodness me, that was dangerous. It's hooked away. I think the flag was up anyway. Hooked away by Trezeguet in the box. You see that, nicely weighted. Oh, he might have been onside there actually. Trezeguet actually might have played him on there. Julian Alvarez in the deflection. Trezeguet has to make the interception at the back post to hook it away. The man who set up the second for Egypt is off the field, as I said, in Hassan. Messi caught in the ball. Now a chance for Egypt to go again. Salah caught on the ball, but he has the help of Lashin to win it back. Such great team play, Egypt, so far in this game. Whatever they've been doing, they've done it as a team, and that's what's kind of epitomised everything they've done. They've been so together. Whether it be defending with everybody, going full throttle in the attack, playing as a hard-to-beat team. Zico, oh, he's waited a baller behind. Trezeguet's got away here. Could be a chance to really finish this one. Trezeguet hits the side netting. Well, worth a go, but right now, they could have finished that off there, Egypt, if that had to find the net. That would have been curtains for Argentina, you would feel. Goodness me. Alvarez directing it wide. I can feel it comes Messi. McAllister. Messi again. Lautaro Martinez. Just hang on to it. Was Fernandez. Back to McAllister. Switches out to the right. Back to Alexis McAllister. Into the area. Messi tried to swipe it with the right foot. Again, launched clear by the Egyptian defence. Good first touch by Martinez. Fernandez. Lisandro Martinez. Switching it deep. Again at the back post was Trezeguet. It will be in an Argentinian corner. He was a man that embodied nervousness and anxiety, shall I say, against Cape Verde. They were winning in that game. They led 3 times. Not only have they not led, they've trailed since the 15th minute of this game and haven't scored, Argentina. At the moment, they are being absolutely blasted out of this cup. Not just beaten, pummeled, destroyed. Alvarez, little layoff out to the right. Messi with the ball, weighted in, the header! Finds a way in! It's come off Christian Romero's head and into the nets. And Argentina on the scoreboard. And maybe there is a comeback on the cards here from the world champions. Christian Romero with the header. They're claiming, are they saying foul or offside or handball? I don't know what they're claiming, Egypt, but he's onside. Comes off his head. There's not much more they can argue there. That looks like a good goal to me. Well, I said that earlier on, so who knows. But a great moment and a great goal from Christian Romero might have just rescued Argentina's hopes here. Long, long way to go, and they're back within 1. And Zico, the man who extended Egypt's lead on 2 occasions, actually. Only one of them counted, but must have a Zico off, and Omar Marmoush is on. The Manchester City man is on, but they give it away here. Now they've got the momentum, Argentina. Can they quickly find a leveller? That one's hooked clear. That one's launched off his man there by Trezeguet. Really good challenge against the substitute there, Gonzalo Montiel. This will be an electrical finish. 10 minutes of normal time plus the added. Argentina 1, Egypt 2 here in Atlanta. Ibrahim and Zico with the 2 Egyptian goals, one after another. And the timeline of things. And a Christian Romero headed goal has Argentina back in the game. And with a slim chance, once again, a chance nonetheless to get back into it overall. And complete the comeback. Romero. Fernandez. Back it goes. Paredes. Messi, McAllister. Back wide to Messi. Bodies the target. Messi dribbling into the area. Messi trying to spin. Rolls it back. McAllister trying to clip it. Blocked behind. It will be another corner. They've got the momentum, Argentina. But Egypt still have the lead. Which one will give first? Which one will give it all? Messi to deliver again. Left-footed delivery. Way by Shobir and launched up the field by Omar Marmoush, not long on the field. Manchester City player. He was benched for this one. He's on now. Here's Messi again, drifting into the box. Messi across, and the ball bobbled behind. Well, it was a corner or a goal kick. I think they've given goal kick, the officials, but again, Messi from the wide area looking incredibly dangerous. And it's Lautaro Martinez just ducking down to head it in. Heads it off the ground and wide. Messi's come alive. That wasn't unexpected, but Messi trying his ever hardest to lead his team back into this one. Shobir with a launch. Taken in by Montiel. Romero. Not waiting any time. Plays it out wide here. Gonzalez. Where there's now Alvarez coming deeper. Here is Romero. Looking for options. Fed into Alvarez now. Messi into the box, blocked. Back again, he will get it. Help of a deflection. Overhead kick across. Mescu couldn't take the shot. Now the shot is in by Lionel Messi. 2-2. Argentina were down and out minutes ago. But the world champions aren't going out without a fight. And they're back on level terms. A response of the greatest. A response that was so desperately called for. And so emphatically finished by Lionel Messi. Are the Egyptians collapsing? And are the Argentinians rising up? Messi with his 8th goal of this tournament, his 21st on a World Cup stage in history, extending his own record of the most in a World Cup finals in history. But it's his cross, aided in the build-up to the chaos. They don't deal with it, they don't clear it, Egypt. And this for a catch and finish. I mean, it's an absolute thunderbolt from Messi. It bounces up perfectly. Such a clean strike off the underside of the crossbar out of the keeper's hands and bounces in. That is an emphatic finish from the greatest of all time. And Argentina are back on terms from 2 down to 2-2, and there's still time for more in this one. It looked like it was misery and dismay from the Argentinian ranks at that hydration break 15 minutes ago. Well, it has completely flipped in this last quarter of an hour. Not even that, in the last 5-10 minutes. Romero to Messi, the two that led Argentina back onto terms. They'd been hanging low below the level for a long spell of this game. When it's been needed, when they've been called upon to come up with the goods. So far, right now, they are showing the goods. Argentina. Defending a World Cup title is not easy. It hasn't been easy for Argentina. They wouldn't want it any other way, would they? Wasn't easy against Cape Verde, but they found a way. It's not been easy here against Egypt. And are they finding a way once again? Yeah, it's offside earlier on for the first goal. He's a good bit onside there, Christian Romero, no question. Just showing us the evidence, FIFA, that it was onside. Well, with 4 minutes left of the 90. How are we here? How are we here? And that's going to be a foul on Egypt there. Gonzalez with the giveaway of the foul. I have to say, though, round of 16 has really given us some absolute barnstormer games. I mean, Mexico-England was pure chaos from minute 1 to minute 95 or 100 odd, whatever it got to in the end. All of these games, right the way throughout the round of 16, have been fascinating. Morocco snatching it from Canada on the counter. France's, survival against Paraguay's invasion of aggressiveness. Norway knocking out the 5-time winners through Erling Haaland. They're holding them for so long. Mexico and England, all the dramas and chaos of that. The chess match of a battle between Portugal and Spain. All the drama and controversy surrounding USA-Belgium in the build-up. Belgium putting the Americans to the sword. And now this one, an absolute thriller between us, Argentina and Egypt. And he looks a little bit calmer than he did, Lionel Scalini. He doesn't look happy still, but this has been incredible. Right from the moment Egypt scored, you knew this was going to be an incredible game. You knew this was going to be a special match. Something was on the cards. When they went 2-0 up, you felt, is that going to be their moment? Are Argentina down and out here? Is it the end of the road for this crop of players that have reached the top of the mountain? They have continued all the way through this tournament to show that no matter what, they're still world champions, and they're still certain to show why they are the reigning world champions. Lautaro Martinez getting a little frustrated here. Will be a free kick here to Argentina. 90 seconds away from 90 minutes. We'll see how long will be added on at the end, of course. Messi over this free kick. Now leads the top scorers of the tournament again. Number 8 for him of the tournament, leading Haaland and Mbappe once more. They're both on 7. Messi with the delivery into the box. Again, Schober had to get in the way of McAllister's little connection with it. Such a dangerous delivery. So hard to keep from going into a dangerous area. Alexis McAllister. Messi back to Romero. Clipped across to Martinez. And we'll have to play it back to Emi Martinez in the Argentinian goal. Well, certainly, they've not been solid defensively, Argentina, throughout these knockout games, but what they have done is they've given us two absolute crackers, to say the very least. Sensational games. Is there a late twist in this one, like there was a late twist against Cape Verde? Messi trying to squeeze it through. That was well cut out. Good clean challenge as Egypt trying again to work the counter, and they've got bodies and numbers forward in advantage. Here they come. It's a 4v2, and what a tackle! What a challenge that is. 7 added minutes. Argentina were all at 6s and 7s there. There was only 2 of them back. Somehow got away with it. So Egypt scramble at clear danger again. As I said, into 7 added minutes we go. This will be a shootout between these two to win it late. That's what you kind of feel's on the cards here. Atea. Rabia. Hafez. Rabia into midfield. Atia. Wide out to Hani on the right-hand side. Salah, little 1-2 with Hani. Creating the width on the right. Swung in across. Bounces down off the head of the man in the middle in Trezeguet. Couldn't direct it towards goal. It bounced away. They're not giving up here. They wanted a penalty as well in there, Egypt. Marmouche was the one, I think, that was in the mix there. Felt he was brought down. Here they come again, though. Squared across to Atia. Salah wide on the right. Mo Salah drifting into the box. Salah felt he was fouled. Challenge is clean by Tagliafico, and now they're away here. Argentina up the break. Down the right-hand side, it's Lautaro Martinez. Egypt flooding bodies back, though, to contest. Ball in, header! Oh, wow! Enzo Fernandez! 3-2 Argentina! That is incredible! What a ball by Lautaro Martinez! What a header by Enzo Fernandez! Argentina 3, Egypt 2. And the Egyptian pyramids have collapsed in front of their eyes. And the world champions, rocket after rocket after rocket to blow them apart. And the world champions are doing it again. Oh my goodness me. Egypt are not happy. Whether there was a foul in the build-up. Salah felt there was a foul in the build-up. Well, it's been checked and cleared. It will stand. Checking for a possible... They were checking for a possible penalty at the other ends. Was it Marmouche that was foul? And then this one against Salah, that's just a clean challenge. It's not a foul. Yeah, it's a good clean challenge by Julian Alvarez. And this with a breakaway. Beautiful ball out wide. Lautaro Martinez carried a little wide, but he does well to just settle. Wait for the right opportunity. Look at this. Just guiding it into the path of Enzo Fernandez, who rises high above Ibrahim. And only Shobar can watch it sail into his net in the far corner. Fantastic header. What a goal. What a special comeback this is for Argentina. Sensational. Lionel Scaloni couldn't believe it. I don't think many inside this stadium can believe it. What we have been witness to in the last 15 minutes has been absolutely out of this world from Argentina. A team up against it. There's red cards flying out. One of the Egyptian backroom staff is really unhappy. Shobar's been given a yellow card as well for his remonstrations. A couple of Egyptian players booked in the aftermath of this goal. But to take nothing away from the moment for Argentina. When they were up against it, when they were down and out at 2-0 down, as I said, we all felt it. Whether you will agree with it or not, or whether you will admit to it or not, we all felt, is this the moment that we have the shock of the tournament, where we have the moment of this tournament where we go, well, we're going to have a different winner, and it's going to be done fantastically by Egypt. But no, Argentina said aren't going down without a fight. Well, it's been one hell of a fight. One hell of a fight back. And that's the class and quality of a team of winners. A team that's been to the heights, right to the peak, and want to get back there. And have needed to do it the hard way so far in these knockout stages. But with minutes remaining now, they lead again and look like they're heading for another one. Another game at this World Cup finals, and another quarter-final attempt against either Switzerland or Colombia. Jesus Christ of Almighty God. Absolutely unbelievable. Never in a million years would I have believed that. When that second goal for Egypt went in, never would I have believed that right now we'll be sitting here with Argentina 3-2 up. In such great fashion. What a response from Argentina. What a response. By the way, Mustafa Shobair and Hamdi Fati were both booked in the aftermath of that whole melee. By the way, also changes afoot for both teams. Nicolas Otamendi and Facundo Medina are on, replacing Romero and Alvarez for Argentina. And Zizou is on, replacing Mohamed Lashin for Egypt. Hani with the long throw down the line. Little flick. That's going to be a foul. Free kick here to Egypt. They're running out of time. If they want to have the last laugh here, well, they want to have the last moment of this. If they can snatch a leveler once more. It's this type of game where you feel anything can happen at this rate. This game would have you believing pigs could fly. So much incredible nature of football has occurred in front of us. That's going to be a foul on Lautaro Martinez. That's going to be an Argentina free kick and a yellow card as well handed out by the referee. And Atea with the yellow card. Yeah, really smart from Lautaro Martinez. Really fabulous play. There's more issues from the Egyptian bench that have erupted again. The referee's going to have another card out. It's another yellow card. The manager, Hossam Hassan, is trying to calm them down. And the backroom staff all a big discussion. Even the captain Mo Salah is also discussing it with the referee. It's like a conference down there on the sideline, but this referee trying to stay firm, having the last word. Coming into the 100th minute of this game. You know when a game goes to that sort of length, you know it's been a great one. You know it's been a dramatic one. You know it's been full of craziness. Surely they're just seconds away now, Argentina. No clearance there. Egypt will have a throw in. Deep in their own half. Might get one last little glimmer of a chance. But it's got to come quickly. They've given it away cheaply. No rush to get it anywhere near the area here from the man as it stands who would have the winning goal for Argentina, Enzo Fernandez. Confidently challenged, but again Argentina pick up the ball, swing it forward, and that's a little wasteful. Goal kick to Egypt. Last chance surely now. Murph has a glance at the watch. Will they get one more go at it here, Egypt? Who looped forward, headed away confidently. Great strong header. And now Enzo Fernandez flicking it round the corner. Lautaro Martinez carries it down the line. Surrounded by Egyptian players. But he is directing the show down here in this left channel. And winning the throw in. Incredible. And going head to head there. Martinez and Atea. All sorts of frustrations for Egypt. I'm sure they're in shock, those Egyptian players. I think we're all in shock a little bit here. We'll have one more throw in maybe. We're into the 102nd minute now. Hani, the little short throw. Ball hooked up the fields, but no more time. The world champions have done it again. Who would ever doubt them? Who would ever doubt him? And this Argentinian team, 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go. Romero started it. Messi emphatically levelled it. And Enzo Fernandez won it. We talked about a terrific trio making it 2-0 to Egypt earlier. Well, it's an Argentinian trio that turned this around in the dying late minutes for the world champions' defence of their title to continue. Messi's goal will certainly take the headlines, but incredible for Egypt. I mean, what a performance. They don't get the result of the plaudits in terms of the outcome, but credit should go to them for how closely they took the world champions in the end. 2-0 up, leading with such confidence, such control. But this, we say, is when it gets harder. When the world champions went to the depths to find any sort of opportunities they could create to go through, to find a way back. They clutched at chances, and they ended up coming up clutch with the answers. Mo Salah and co did incredibly to get to this far. As we could say about Cape Verde too, they really tested the world champions. But they are champions of the planet for a reason, Argentina, because they don't give up too easily. When things get hard, they step up to the mark and make sure that they won't go down without a fight, and they didn't in this one. Incredible comeback. Commiserations to Egypt, who were absolutely sensational on the day. Took their chances with their moments. And another, maybe lucky break. Some of the cynics would say they got away with one, Argentina, but you have to have such quality and class to find a way back in games like this. 2-0 down with just over 10 minutes to go, and they find a way. I mean, absolutely sensational. Emotional Lionel Messi and his team, who are bouncing in the stands, the fans and the players bouncing on the fields. Sensational moments. Wonderful. Well, we are 7 out of 8 in terms of our quarter-finalists, and the world champions are there too. So far, bucking the trend of this round of 16. Morocco beating Canada. France finding a way past Paraguay. It was Norway over Brazil. England edging out Mexico. It was a chess match between Portugal and Spain, but Spain edged it out. Belgium emphatically thrashing the USA out of the tournament by the biggest winning margin. The most goals against any opponent in this round so far. And Argentina, from 2-0 down, finding a way back to win 3-2. We've had it all in this round of 16. Emphatic victories, close, tight ones, nitty-gritty games, and comebacks as well. I mean, it's been full of plenty of drama. And we've still one more game to come. That is 7 down, and one more to decide. And who will the world champions face next? Will it be an all-South American showdown? Or will it be the Swiss rolling their way in to face the world champions? We will find out. Switzerland, Colombia is a 9 o'clock kickoff tonight. That's in Vancouver in Canada. And that one kicks off at 9 o'clock this evening. But what a magical night. What a magical day, shall we say, in Atlanta. Argentina 2 down into the 79th minute. And they find a way. They find a way. Romero, Messi and Fernandez, a terrific trio that carry the world champions to the quarterfinals. Bye-bye.